It's Thursday, the 5th of June, 2014. It's winter. So it's our first winter report, and what a property market we've got. Lots of news in the papers and online about what's happening with property, but overall it's very, very strong and it's a good market. So let's get into it. The sun is shining today. Yes, it's cool, but a beautiful day. Now, a lot of people talk about selling in winter and whether we should hold off and move to spring and release it when the flowers come out and the sun's out. Well, the sun's out today, but the warmth starts. Well, what actually happens in winter is the amount of properties that become available drops away because fewer people put them on the market, but the number of buyers remains constant. So what we've found every winter for the last several decades, and I've been in it for several decades, is that winter's actually quite a good time. Most vendors are reluctant because their gardens don't look at their best, and they're worried about, and it's true, you have carpets, mess on the carpets with wet leaves and that being dragged through the home. Well, we can manage that, but the reality is it's not perhaps the most perfect time from that point of view, but it is from the supply and demand point of view, and that frankly is what will drive your price. Now, just to give you an example of this, RP Data last week released a report to say that the amount of stock coming onto the market in the last quarter had dropped 19.9% in South Australia. That is a phenomenal reduction in new stock. Now, anecdotally, just to give you an example, Dudley Avenue Prospect, we had a property open on the weekend. We had 160 groups of people through. Now, if you multiply that by 2 to 3 with the number of people through, that is an insane number of people, and it just goes to show that buyers are still circulating when the right property comes up. The only reason that you see fewer buyers circulating, and only the genuine ones, is because there's not this proliferation of new releases, but the ones that are circulating are really genuine, and the sales are really strong at this time of the year. So don't be afraid of winter. Now, with regard to the reports that went across all media last week, where RP Data put a report out showing that the prices had actually reduced, Adelaide once again, dead set in the middle. We are so stable and so consistent. That is why investors and those of you looking from interstate or overseas need to look at Adelaide. We are very consistent. We don't have the big highs, we don't have the big lows, a really good environment for investors. So be sure to come down and see us. We've got the Festival Cabaret on at the moment, running for 2 weeks. Come down and see what we do here in Adelaide, South Australia. It is a surprise, not a lot of people know about it, and it's an awesome place to be investing your money in property. So if you are looking at property, don't worry about it being winter. It's better than spring. Prices are generally better in winter than particularly in late spring because of that supply and demand. So look forward to seeing you out in the opens. Come and see us, come and look at some beautiful property, and we'll see you next week for the next update.